our own colleague and partner, Juan Jimenez from AccurKardia, the recently FDA approved AccurKardia, I am happy to say, and thrilled to have Juan joining us. And Juan, how are you doing?
Thank you, Stan. Can you hear me well?
I can. Yeah, you're coming in loud and clear.
Awesome. Thank you, Stan, and thank you, HITLAB team, for organizing this event and inviting us to participate. Looking
Fantastic.
forward to share our news.
Yeah, let's start off with an overview of AccurKardia for the audience of folks from around the world who are tuning in. For those of them who have not read the newsletters and the blurbs that we've passed on with all your success, just give a short overview of AccurKardia's FDA-approved ECG technology and some of its key features that are helping value-based care become more successful.
Great, thank you. AccurKardia, we have a mission to improve patient outcomes in the cardiovascular space by delivering the best ECG interpretation software available, so we can enable remote patient monitoring worldwide. Our first FDA-cleared product, it's AccurECG, and it is a technology that ingests ECG signal coming from wet electrode devices and perform automated analysis in a similar fashion to what a cardiovascular technician may perform. So we fully automate the analysis of the ECG signal coming from devices such as Holters, cardiac patches, event monitors, and we perform automated analysis, and we provide physicians with a report that they could act upon a particular patient condition if need be.
That's incredible. Yeah, and just tremendous success there. Tell the audience and tell us a little bit more about the ECG technology and how it aligns with value-based care. For folks, some folks may not understand value-based care, and certainly most people understand ECGs at a root level. But what are the specific aspects of AccurKardia's ECG technology that really help it help the value-based care system address some of the issues there?
Sure. The best way to explain it would be with an example. So I think it's the easiest word maybe for our audience to understand. And let me take the example of stroke in the US. Strokes is an event that affects around 800,000 patients in the US every year. The average lifetime cost for Medicare for each stroke event is around $200,000 just on medical costs. Like, if we have to add rehabilitation and income loss, is a much higher number. But just on medical costs, it costs around $200,000 per patient in the US per year of any stroke event. By identifying undiagnosed or misdiagnosed atrial fibrillation and prescribing those patients with an anticoagulant drug, which could cost between $20 to $500 per month, we could help the healthcare system prevent this large medical cost of stroke, as well as saving lives and improving the quality of care of individuals living worldwide. Just to give you an example, by treating an undiagnosed AFib patient, we can reduce the risk of a stroke by up to 70%. So if a doctor prescribe an anticoagulant, let's say in a generic form, cost $20 per month, or in a more newer drug, it may cost up to $500 per month to treat that patient in anticoagulant, helping reduce the risk of stroke of that particular patient. Let's say the doctor prescribed a more expensive drug. Still, the break-even point for the healthcare system is if the average life of that person with treatment with a stroke is around 33 years post the diagnosis, still is worth it. Spend the money from an economic perspective in treating that patient with that drug for up to 33 years while preventing the stroke event, as well as helping that person get a better quality of life without suffering from an event such as a stroke. So I think that is an amazing example how by adding technology that could identify undiagnosed or misdiagnosed events such as AFib can help prevent with just stroke population in the US.
That's incredible. And doesn't value-based care also involve enhancing patient experiences, and tell us a little bit about how AccurKardia's ECG technology impacts the patient experience during these kinds of diagnostic procedures.
Sure. We have designed our technology to be compatible with the current clinical workflows and help patients reduce the burden of additional hospital or doctor's visit. For example, if you have a particular individual suffering from a particular arrhythmia event, they may have to go to a doctor multiple times and get multiple devices to be worn for a particular condition. By improving the diagnostic capability of available devices, our technology can help reduce the burden for a particular patient to be administered multiple monitoring exams as well as multiple doctor visits. On average, we can save up to 2 visits per patient after using our technology, as well as reducing the needs of multi-step therapy, multi-step diagnostics, so we could identify the disease earlier rather than spending more time and more resources trying to find a condition that may not be there under the current workflow settings.
That's brilliant. No, this is so exciting, Juan. Really happy about. By the way, don't forget, everyone, Juan is a product of Columbia Business School and an MBA alum. And so very proud to see that synergy there too. So by the way, if you could tell the audience a little bit about some of the real world examples or case studies where AccurKardia's technology has demonstrated this kind of clear increase in value-based care, whether it's either on the cost saving side or if it's on the improved patient outcomes side, or maybe some other relevant metrics that you might have. But dive into that for a minute. We got about 2 minutes left, by the way.
Awesome, thank you. So I think we can our real life impact in the analysis of ECG coming from Holters or event monitors, it comes in different areas. One is the reduction of cost for the healthcare system. We can help increase the efficiency of the cardiovascular technician analyzing such recording by up to 70%. So each cardiovascular technician, for each staff hour performing ECG interpretation, we could increase their throughput by up to 70%. Second is about time for diagnosis. On average, we could perform our automated analysis for a 24 to 48 hour Holter in a matter of minutes. Current workflows require multi-step process as well as 2 days up to 1 week worth of waiting time for patients to get the information back from their recordings. So by reducing the lead time spent by doctors to get back this kind of reporting, they could start treatment earlier and improve patient outcomes and save lives, which is the goal of AccurKardia.
It's amazing. Well, Juan, this has been an amazing 10 minutes. As always, it's always great talking to you to begin with, but it's great now that you can share some of this amazing news with the ecosystem and certainly the hundreds of people on the program now, and certainly that'll tune in over the time. Thank you very much for joining us today, and enjoy the last day of August. Have a great holiday weekend. We'll talk to you later.